outbreak of Hantavirus on a cruise ship, and that's led to the death of some passengers.
Hantavirus.
The Hantavirus.
Deadly Hantavirus outbreak.
April 2026. A Dutch man boards a cruise ship in Ushuaia, Argentina, the southernmost port in the world. He's been traveling for 4 months. Road trip through Chile, Uruguay, Argentina. Bird watching, hiking, the kind of trip people spend years saving for. He feels fine, completely fine. 10 days later, he's dead. And by the time anyone figures out what killed him, passengers from 23 countries have already scattered to their homes across the world, carrying something inside them that nobody had ever seen spread like this before. So here's what most people think they know about hantavirus. It comes from mice. You breathe in dust contaminated with mouse droppings in some rural shed somewhere. It destroys your lungs. It kills roughly 40% of the people it infects. Horrific, but geographically limited. A farming disease, a hiking disease, something you get on land from rodents in remote places. What almost nobody knows is that there is one strain, just one, out of over 50 known hantaviruses that can spread between people. It's called Andes virus, and it comes from a single species of pygmy rice rat in the mountains of southern Argentina and Chile. The Dutch man had spent 4 months hiking through exactly that region. He brought it with him onto the ship. Okay, this is the part I really want you to understand. Every other hantavirus on the planet spreads only from rodents to humans. Dead end. It gets into you, it does whatever it does, and it stops there. It cannot jump to the next person. Andes virus is different at a molecular level. Researchers have identified specific mutations in its glycoprotein, the protein it uses to attach to and fuse with human cells, that appear to enable it to replicate in human salivary glands and lung tissue in a way other hantaviruses cannot. It can shed from a living person through respiratory droplets, through saliva, possibly through close contact. But here's the thing. Even scientists don't fully understand the mechanism. They don't know how much virus in a droplet is enough to infect you. They don't know how far it can travel. All the documented cases of person-to-person spread before this outbreak were between people who were extremely close, partners, family members, caregivers. Nobody had ever seen it spread on a ship. Nobody even knew if that was possible. The MV Hondius is a small expedition ship, 147 people on board. The Dutch passenger died roughly 10 days after boarding. At that point, nobody knew it was hantavirus. The early symptoms look like flu, fever, muscle aches, fatigue. Then the lungs start to flood. By the time a PCR test came back positive on May 3rd, people were already getting sick, and some of them had already disembarked. At least 4 people progressed rapidly to pneumonia, acute respiratory distress, and shock. 1 was medically evacuated to an ICU in Johannesburg while the ship was still at sea. 3 died. Hantavirus pulmonary syndrome has no specific antiviral treatment. You cannot give someone a drug that fights it. You manage the symptoms, you support the lungs, and you hope. In severe cases, the only intervention that significantly improves survival is ECMO, extracorporeal membrane oxygenation, a machine that takes over the job of the heart and lungs entirely, pumping blood outside the body, oxygenating it, and returning it. It buys time. It doesn't cure anything. And the incubation period can be up to 6 weeks. So when passengers disembarked in Tenerife and flew home to Spain, France, Germany, Australia, Canada, Singapore, the ECDC told every single one of them, you are a high-risk contact. Monitor yourself for 6 weeks. Quarantine if symptomatic. The CDC quarantined 18 US passengers at a federal facility in Nebraska. New cases were confirmed in France, Spain, and Canada after passengers got home. As of this recording, the outbreak is still active. So what does this actually mean for you? If you were on the MV Hondius or in close contact with someone who was, you already know. But for everyone else, the risk is genuinely very low. Andes virus doesn't spread through casual contact. It requires sustained close exposure to someone who is actively sick. That said, if you're traveling to rural Patagonia, southern Chile, or Argentina, avoid contact with rodents and their droppings. Don't sweep dusty enclosed spaces without a mask. And if you develop fever and respiratory symptoms within 6 weeks of returning, tell your doctor exactly where you've been. That detail could save your life. Stay safe. I'll see you next week.